Hey, welcome to One Word Suggestion. I'm your host, Aaron Thompson, and this week's word is parachute.
For inspiration, can I please get a one-word suggestion?
One word suggestion.
One word suggestion.
One word suggestion.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm Aaron Thompson. Most people think improv is just for comedy or jazz, but it's also a powerful tool for life. And in each 3-minute episode of this series, I use a single word suggested by you as a leaping off point to explore how having an improvisational mindset will help you perform at a higher level, both personally and professionally, whether you have a career on or off the stage. This week's word, parachute, was suggested by Peter. What's the thing that scares you the most? For a good friend of mine, it was heights, so we did the obvious thing. We went skydiving. I was nervous, my friend even more so, but we committed, we got on the plane, jumped out into the unknown, pulled a ripcord, and watched our parachute billow up as we floated down, screaming and laughing the whole way with relief, joy, and exhilaration. And as soon as we were safely back on terra-firma, we immediately signed up to go again. That's how quickly something that at first terrifies you can become a thing you love. For me, my biggest fear was deep water. So in university, I learned to surf, scuba dive, and sail. Activities I still enjoy to this day. And for this and many other reasons, I'm a big fan of facing your fears. There's a saying in improvisation attributed to the legendary improv teacher Del Close. Follow the fear. According to a HuffPost article by Mike Bonifer, Del didn't only say this to neophyte improvisers afraid of performing without a script. Del taught the best there was. Bill Murray, John Belushi, Tina Fey, Gilda Radner, Mike Myers, his former students are the Improv Comedy Hall of Fame. What he said is that you can use your fear as kind of a divining rod. Do what makes you uneasy, he taught. Do the thing that scares you the most. There, Close told his students, you will discover new worlds. For a very large percentage of the population, their number one fear isn't deep water or heights, it's public speaking, being center stage. But despite living in a world where everyone seems to want to be famous for nothing, thanks Paris Hilton, our classes and workshops are full of people who think they could never stand up in front of a group of people and say anything that makes sense. But just like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, once they realize they can, they sign up for more. Because it's exhilarating, fun, and confidence boosting, and because the experience is proof of their personal growth. And that's why I often refer to improv as mental skydiving. If your fears are deep water or heights, I encourage you to jump right in or out as the case may be. But if your fears are presenting, selling, or speaking confidently in front of a crowd, then get yourself or your team into an improv class or workshop and follow the fear. Out of it, you will grow. Plus, you won't need to wear a silly helmet or goggles, and I promise you will be 100% safe. Safer, in fact, than any activity that requires you to wear a parachute. So that's my take on parachute. Thanks for the great suggestion, Peter. If you want to do a deeper dive into fear, check out episode 8. And in the meantime, if you want to suggest a word for next week or add your perspective, drop me a note in the comments or in a review. I'm making one of these every week for a year, so please subscribe, like, share, and all that jazz. And in the meantime, if you are interested in improv for personal growth, professional achievement, or just for fun, my suggestion is to get yourself into an improv class or book a corporate training workshop for your team. You can learn all about LMA's programs at www.lma.training. Thanks for listening. One Word Suggestion is brought to you by LMA Professional Development. Please visit us at www.lma.training for more info.